In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, we'll just take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Got an aching in your stomach.
All right, so Maddie, thank you for offering to run the session recap for this week.
Okay. So after leaving the on fire warehouse, we decided to head back to Susna's to get some rest. And on the way, we passed a bunch of people who looked very angry and looked very wet. When they noticed us, they started approaching us, and we were like, and we decided to leave and go back to Susna's a little quicker. And Clarissa, she had greeted us while we were there, and we offered her a noble to drink from. Found out she didn't like noble blood. And I finally got my spellbook back, so I was able to summon Salazar, who is now a cat. And we took a long rest. While we were sleeping, Cessna came up and let us know that some people were looking for us while we were taking our long rest. We assumed that it was the people that we had seen before. We also found out that she had property inside of the warehouse that we burned down. So, whoops. Apparently it's rented out underneath the priests of Joachim. They have a bunch of warehouses and properties throughout the city. We also learned that Big Honker is running rampant. We should probably try and get him back to the jungle, but that's a problem for another day. And so after some discussion, we decided to go talk to the merchant prince, Wakanga Atamu. We decided to go straight to his house, because, just get right there. So we go, he's not there. We were greeted by one of his footmen. And he told us that he was located at the Golden Throne at the moment, because he was holding, court. So we headed there. Did a lot of traveling today, last session. And inside of the Golden Throne, there were a bunch of different people there. There was some frog folk. There was a man underneath a golden fist insignia looking to recruit. There was, of course, Wakanga Atamu, and Zindar was also there. And so we went up and we started talking to this guy. He was not one of the people that we were originally going to talk to, but he came up to us because he thought that we were trying to cut in his line. And he is a 2nd level wizard from Thay, and he his airship mysteriously caught on fire. We were able to avoid saying that it was us because thankfully I didn't cast any fireball, so he couldn't tell that it was magic. So he had no idea what happened. But apparently if he doesn't find a way to get back, he's going to get demoted, which in turn, apparently demotion in Thay turns you into a zombie or an undead.
Wow.
Yeah, not great, right? And we talked to a lot of people yesterday. There was a whole lot of role play. Like some frog guys, they came up to us and they offered, well, they handed Dallin some eggs and asked for our help because there were some lizard folk that were eating their eggs, and tree people were taking over the swamp, and their swamp was turning black, and their tadpoles were becoming deformed. And they gave Alan 3 eggs to help, and said that we would be paid in more eggs. So, yeah. If anybody really likes eggs, I think that's a good way to go. But there were too many lizard folk to fight back, hence why they needed our help. And then we went to go talk to Zindar. He was talking to a couple of sailors. And Zindar is going to look into the burning of the warehouse. He doesn't have any leads as of this moment, but we don't want to be here when he does. And then, so we went to go talk to Wakanga, and like we were able to get him into a side room to talk to him privately. We told him everything we knew. And he definitely didn't tell us to take down the Temple of Gond. He didn't tell us that. But he did give us an scapegoat if we needed to get out of a situation quickly. So I think it's like, and he told us about the teleportation circle. And we explained that we have seen one, but we weren't able to read it. And asked if he knew anybody that maybe would, or where we could learn more about the language that it was in. And he believes that it was in Netherese. It could have been in that language. And that he knows of someone in Silvery Moon that would be able to help. Turns out that person is Agamemnon Scorch.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Of course it is.
yeah. So yeah. Last we left, we were talking to Wakanga. If I remember.
Yes. Well done. That was excellent.
Thank you.
You get inspiration for that if you don't already have it.
Nice. I did not have it.
Wow. Terrific. And yes, Joe, you did not hear incorrectly, and Maddie did not misspeak. There is an actual little figurine of a goat that was handed to the party by Wakanga Otamu as a means of a quick egress in the event the party gets in trouble. And he calls it an escape goat.
And it's a one-time use.
Right, exactly. You basically just put it on the ground and you say the magical words, and poof, you are teleported wherever you want within reason.
Do we know the magical words, or are we just gonna like try and figure it out along the way?
Well, as a student of Arcana, you know that sometimes these things can be carved into the actual figurines.
Okay.
Have you examined it?
I think so. I think I would have examined it whenever we received it.
Absolutely. There is a very ancient carving that you don't recognize, but it looks similar to the script that you guys can't read, which you've been told is Netherese.
Mm-hmm.
But underneath it, presumably underneath it, or possibly above it, depending on which way you're supposed to read the script that you're looking at, there is something carved in Elvish, which I think you can read. And it says, Butthead. It's a goat.
That's the incantation. It's Butthead.
It's a goat.
Oh, man.
Oh, the pennies just dropped.
That was so left field. I wasn't prepared for that. I was expecting some like magical words. Butthead.
Anything can be magical if you're brave enough.
Not to laugh.
I will
otherwise
keep
I'll
that in
laugh.
mind. Oh my god, okay. Alright, I need to write that down.
I mean, if it helps, you can do some flourishes with your hands, you know.
Uh-huh.
Minor illusion it so it glows in the air for a brief second.
We'll do that.
I mean, it sounds nicer in Elvish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So very good. Excellent recap. Yes. So you guys are essentially deciding what you want to do, and in what order. So you've got a couple of things I think you guys were discussing last week how there are so many things you've got to take care of. And Joe
Mhm.
will remember this is a kind of a common theme throughout my campaigns when they don't get derailed by other things. You do end up realizing that the world is a messy place, and you can stick your proboscis into all kinds of people's problems. So it's really, or create your own, so you can choose what you want to do.
What are the choices? What have we currently got on our to-do list?
Well, we could get Big Honker free into the jungle. We
Mm-hmm.
can help the frog people, or from the lizard folk. We can burn down the Temple of Gond. I feel that the Temple of Gond is the last thing that we should do, so we can escape right after. Just
That's fair, yeah.
finish up
Yeah.
in the city before we
That
burn
ma-
down
that
the
makes
temple. Yeah. Maybe get our cut from Susna before we go, so we have some money.
Oh, right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And there was also some discussion about turning over some of these grung eggs. You find out later on that these little frog people are called grung.
Grung. Okay.
Yes. And your druid would instinctively know that because of the history of primordial powers, there have been a number of amphibious races that have been created through the literally tens of millennia of unrecorded history. They all fall under the general category of Bactrian races, which are broadly frog-like or toad-like. The grung seem to be more rare because none of you have ever seen them before, but you may have, several of you, certainly, for example, your druid would be aware of it, and also quite possibly Cracker, having just traveled and worked in her extensive list of hundreds of taverns in her sort of 4.5 years of working. She would have heard lots of stories of all kinds of weird creatures, including full-sized toad and frog people. So these guys are very small. They're about 2 to 3 feet tall, and the eggs they give you, they're very large for their size, but they're still only about the size of I want to say a softball, but I'm not sure that all of you know what a softball is. So if you imagine a cricket ball, but maybe 20 or 30% bigger than a cricket ball.
Oh, right.
But these things, these little creatures, they're only about the size of sort of a 6-year-old, right? But there are also other races. Some of them are just sort of normal, medium humanoid size type creatures.
The frog
Now-
people need help with.
Lizard folk
Mhm.
are attacking them,
And true people are taking over the swamp.
and black mold.
Yeah. Causing tadpoles to become deformed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we just like arm them, then they'd be okay. Because right now all they have is like darts and stuff like that. So maybe if we just like arm them,
So you're going to basically travel deep into the jungle,
Mhm.
find a bunch of locals that are in a war with a more heavily militarized group, arm them
Mhm.
with more modern weaponry,
Mhm.
and do it secretly. So you're basically going to be the CIA.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's an idea. That way, that way they're on an even playing field, sort of. They have some way to defend themselves. Because it's not like they haven't been trying, I think. But they just don't have the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So, just an idea. That way we don't have to get our hands dirty. We can just, support them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly like the CIA.
Not that we know what the CIA do at all. No.
No.
Well, maybe one or two of you have been in, the bookstores and been in the fantasy section and read some stuff about it from some, author about some fictitious world that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's certainly a possibility. Anything, you guys can do anything you want. You can even just hire or steal a ship and head off into the ocean to see what you find.
Oh, speaking of, we also found that you can buy an airship in Hyrule, Thay, or the Astral Plane.
Yes.
Sorry, yeah.
And Cessna
Well-
wants an airship. That's why we
Yes.
found that out.
Yeah,
Does
she
he
wants
wants
a
to make-
traveling
Restaurant.
restaurant.
Pop-up restaurant.
Mhm.
Pop-up flying
Mhm.
restaurants.
Which I think is a great business idea.
That would be a great idea.
So what should we do first? Should we try and help out the frog folk? Or we could just get out of here. We could
Set,
Um,
the, set the whole
Those
city on
people?
fire and leave.
yeah, right.
Yeah, we could do that.
We'd be pretty good at doing that. We're quite effective like that.
Yeah. Because we need to get out of here before Zindar figures out it was us that blew up the warehouse.
Yeah.
Because
Good
he was not
plan.
happy.
No. I was
Um,
really close to telling him that we were responsible, but when I heard him talking to the other guys, I just nope. Just keep quiet.
I'm so glad you didn't.
Yeah.
Because I thought
Just-
about it too, as we were talking to him, but then I was like,
Nope.
that's not going to end well.
He's extremely rigid in many ways.
Yeah. And we blew up a warehouse just to get a book back.
Yeah. Well,
So-
we tried.
It's not like it was
The really
we had to
important
save some
book.
people.
We tried to keep our
To
earrings
me,
on.
yeah, not
but
to everybody else. We tried to,
Yeah.
but it didn't go that way.
Nope.
The earrings came off
They did.
and the building fell.
Yep.
In
And the boat.
the boat.
And the airship.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I vote that we go help the frog people first.
Do we want
Just to
talk
get that
the
out of the
Flaming
way?
Fist?
Oh, we could talk to the Flaming Fist, yeah.
Because
I mean,
they
we
do have
should still be in
14
the-
subjects.
Yeah.
And there was, I think, not to steer you. I'm genuinely not trying to railroad or steer you. But I think Henrietta at one point, Dallin at one point suggested even killing two birds with one stone by redirecting Honker's attention away from some of the Port 9 Zaru citizens towards possibly the lizard folk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true. Yeah. If we can get him acclimated to the taste of lizard, then maybe he could even take in the dragon turtle's position and just become
From land.
Ooh.
a protector.
Wow.
But wasn't it the lizard folk are not good eating? I think they had really
Yeah, they
tough
were
hides, which is
chewy.
why- yeah,
Yeah.
to make that appealing.
Yeah, but you can get used to anything.
That's true. We'd need to put in some kind of incentive for him.
Hmm.
And he's an animal, so it's not like we can pay him to hey, only eat these guys.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can have somebody with him as a trainer or something.
Mhm.
And so anytime he tries to eat something else, he's punished in some sort of way. So it trains him to only eat the lizard folk.
Honker.
Would that be bad? Would that? Because I mean, we got into this whole racism conversation about lizard folk and how they're not all bad, you know. We got into that conversation. So what if he eats ones that like aren't trying to kill people? But then if we only keep him in the area where they're attacking, then they wouldn't send like people that aren't trying to be on the offensive side to attack, because that wouldn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I might be a little biased, but I think my idea is awesome.
I think it's a good idea.
Maybe we can get Lee to train him.
I'm not paying that guy
He's already
anymore.
He's already good with dinosaurs.
Yeah, but knowing him,
And if
he's gonna want some gold for this.
That's true. But then we'd be paying him for a service, not just giving him money to pay off his student loans.
I don't like him.
I know you don't like him.
And if he pisses me off at one more time, I'm gonna tell Big Honker to eat him.
Maybe we can get Mad Skills in on it.
Maybe.
That way he's still useful, not just a racehorse. Race dino.
ooh, mind races with potential.
Mm-hmm. So many ideas, but how to enact them.
Indeed.
What do you
Well,
guys
I think? It's a good idea to bring Mad. I think it's a good idea to bring Mad Skills anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, for travel.
that's true. Yeah. Could we all ride Mad Skills, or would we have to get like a carriage or something?
Matt Skills is not that big, so he's big enough, I think, for one rider, possibly two, if you sort of doubled up.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you do have, you know, your party druid does have access to a very impressive, fiendish, equine, and intelligent ally.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
And one of you even can still fly for brief periods of time.
Mm.
When she's not intimidating people with her stilettos.
Her boots. I'm not torturing people with her inflict wounds.
Yeah. I can also turn into a horse or something if we need.
Yes, that's right. You can even turn into a dinosaur, can't you?
Yeah, but
A low level one.
low level one for 2 hours a day.
Okay. So should we go over and just sort of pick the brains of the Flaming Fist? I don't necessarily want to join them because after what I think it was Zindar who was saying that they're just looking for money and recruits, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to be recruited, but it would be nice to be sort of at least friendly.
It'd be good to have some friends on our side.
Mm-hmm. So should we head over there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
And
walk
I'm
up
not
to
the best talker.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, so you walk up to the Flaming Fist fella, and he looks at you. Ah, some fine-looking recruits. He looks at Cracker. Oh, you look like you know your way around a large pole arm.
I do, but I don't think we want to be recruited by you. I think we just want to ask you some questions.
Oh. Well, the Flaming Fist are in charge of all security on the peninsula of Chalt. So I suppose I can answer some questions. But you do have to understand, if you go out there adventuring, you've got to make sure you have a license. And if you come back to Port Nines, you've got to pay a tax of 50% of anything you find.
Oh, we know.
Oh, good. And what did you say your name was again? And he takes out a little pencil and a little notepad and starts looking very officious as he starts to prepare to jot down names.
I'm getting cat whiskers here. I feel like I'm being trapped. The name's Bob.
He looks at you. Did you say Bob?
Yeah, Bob. You know, BAWB.
Oh, Bob. And he starts to
Yeah.
write it down.
There you go.
Okay. And what about you, young lady? And he looks at Dallin.
I'm Carol.
How do you spell that?
Carol? Not the normal way.
Carol.
Yeah.
Karryle.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. I think the sure requires a deception.
Okay. Deception. Oh, that's higher. There you go. 14. So
He looks at you and says, yeah, I suppose it's possible. All right. And how about you, sir? And he looks at Satina.
Ma'am, thank you.
No. Oh, you're a dwarf.
Hello. Yes.
No, bloody hells. Sorry about that. Yeah, you've got a very fine. What was your name again?
My name is Mabel.
Mabel.
Mm-hmm.
All these weird names. Yeah, Meibbul.
It's actually Maybb.
Yeah. And he starts scribbling it out and writing it back in. Yeah. All right. Fine. And you, legs back there.
I'm Sammy, Sammy.
Not related to Hagar, are you?
No.
Kind of have the same hair. All right. And then he writes something at the bottom. That'll be 50 gold.
For what?
A license.
Why do we need a license?
Aren't you going out into the jungle?
Where did you hear that?
Well, I saw you talking to those little frog people over there. They've been trying to get people to go out there to help them all day. You were the first people to
Yeah.
actually talk to them. And I saw them give you eggs.
Oh, yeah. They just straight up handed them to us before we even got a chance to say anything.
And you accepted them. So you're obviously going to go out to help them.
Oh, that's awfully presumptuous.
And he puts his hands on his hips and then cocks an eye and he looks at you and goes, but is it really?
It's fine. I'll give him the 50 gold.
Okay.
Assumed we were adventurers.
Well, you look like you were going to sign up. You look like you know your way around a pole arm or two. And now you tell me you just want information. Plus, you took 3 eggs from those guys. I mean, Mama didn't raise no fool. And he rips off this little piece of paper after he signs it. And he puts a little stamp on it. He says, so, Sammy. And he puts his his index and middle finger up on each hand up in the air. Mabel, Bob, and whatever your name was. I hope you realize that whatever your names really are, if you don't have identification, you could forfeit anything you bring back. But here's the license you wanted. And he hands it out for the party to take.
Thank you.
Hey, poor Deanna has to write down these ridiculous names.
what kind of
Make sure we write down our names.
Yeah, what kind of identification can you have? You have a passport or what? Nobody can prove that. Of course, you can have some family heirlooms that are to a family name, but what kind of identification are there?
My word should be good enough. I mean, that's all I've ever had.
I'm a freaking druid. I can make something of a tree, but
Look, all I know is we've got a couple of wizards on the payroll, and if they want to know if you're lying, they can tell.
okay. You're not
right.
adventuring anyway, so it's no problem.
Look, if you end up in a bad situation, I guess you could always go find yourself a scapegoat.
We'll do that.
Maybe.
So, what
Please
information did you need?
Well, what about these lizard people we keep hearing about in the jungle that are hassling these frog people?
Well, yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. I mean, obviously, you've got some different racial tensions going on there. You know, different groups are at different times at the top of the food chain, literally. I've never tried one myself, but I hear some of these eggs can be quite tasty if prepared properly.
Oh, Cessna might want these. Interesting.
Oh, have you been to Susna's? Oh, that guy's a genius. Is it a girl? I don't know. I always get confused. Gives me some strange mixed emotions looking at that thing. But you can, yeah. I mean, they're dangerous. These things. They're terrifying. It's got these big, thick tails, and they're very aggressive. They bite you all the time. I don't know if
Have
you
they been like
saw-
attacking your? Are they attacking your fortresses?
No, well, fortresses, from what we've heard. And he looks at you, and he gives you a little finger wag to sort of indicate that you should lean in a bit. Personally, I think the fortresses are under attack, even dead. But the official line is that the jungle is going crazy and that it's actually coming alive. Some of the guys who've come back, they're a bit, let's just say they're a bit stressed out. And they just talk literally plants just starting to move and then coming out of the jungle and attacking them like humanoids. Now, we know that these creatures exist, but generally speaking, you use a liberal application of fire. You cut down all the growth for about a couple 100 feet. You don't usually get hassled, but they're getting bolder and bolder. But this rise of the undead, that's quite worrying. I'm not really sure what's causing that. And there is an issue as well with respect to just everything going haywire. It's a jungle, so you expect when you go out there to get eaten alive by bugs, but nowadays the bugs are just completely out of control. One of the guys looking like he had all the fluids sucked out of him.
Oh, that's great.
And quite
Okay.
gross.
You know a bug that could do that, Dallin?
Do I? I don't know.
Just asking because you're the nature chick.
Yeah. Do I know?
Yeah, you could roll a nature check if you'd like.
Okay, I'm going to do a nature check on the bugs to see if I know anything about them.
Okay.
Ooh, 22.
Ooh, yes. You know lots about bugs. You were raised by bugs.
Yes, I am.
Um,
I'm back.
so
Sorry.
I take a step away from her.
I mean, aside from the obvious that there literally are, dozens of species in especially a jungle, a very rich and vibrant ecology like a jungle, right? That can consume fluids or that may be carnivorous or would essentially leech the life out of humanoids, including actual leeches. You've got your mosquitoes, leeches, and all these things. And there are very, very healthy specimen-sized animals in this part of the world, bigger than your average in many of the other kinds of environments you may be familiar with. So the idea of an outsized mosquito or an outsized leech is not unheard of. You do also realize you are familiar with at least one person who actually does survive by sucking the life force out of
Yeah.
people.
I was thinking about that.
Oh wow,
but
I didn't even
maybe
think about her.
Clarissa that been roaming a bit.
We'll have to ask her, see if she knows anything.
Mm-hmm.
The recruiting officer says, "Clarissa, what would she know about it?"
She likes bugs.
Yeah.
She likes bugs.
Mhm.
No, I've seen her skin up close. That is perfect. She is flawless.
Yeah.
There's no way she's ever been bitten by a bug.
Well, no, she just likes bugs. The ones that suck blood interest her very much.
Really?
Mhm.
And he suddenly runs his hand through his hair in a subconscious moment of self-grooming. Oh, I'll keep a note of that.
You should do some reading.
Yeah.
Maybe I can strike up a kind. She's always been a little cold to me, but I just assumed that was her personality or body temperature. I don't know. There's something very hypnotizing about that woman.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, we don't talk about it, but people think it's the undead. But officially, the jungle's coming alive. And we've also had reports of people getting sick drinking the water. And I don't mean your typical drinking the water sickness and all that stuff. I mean, the water doesn't even look as unhealthy as it normally does. It's turning black. Food stores are spoiling very quickly, rotting, occasionally being attacked by animals that normally would be quite passive or even normally would have a very high prey instinct. So, some of these dinosaur are some of these dinosaurs are herbivores and pretty passive herbivores at that. And suddenly they're starting to come out of the jungle and attack caravans and wagon trains of miners and loggers. Now, as for those lizard folk, I wouldn't want to tangle with them. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but there was an attempted marine landing a few days ago.
Yeah, we saw.
Luckily, we some of the militia folk managed to repel them. The Flaming Fist aren't outside the walls as much, so we weren't involved. Had we been there, they never would have even gotten close.
Sure. Do you know anything about where this originates? Where it comes from? Where it spreads from?
What spreads from?
Everything. Is there a kind of direction where it comes from? The undead. Everything.
I don't. But if you want to sign up, I guarantee you'll get to see it all firsthand. And he thrusts what appears to be a sign-up form and a pencil in front of you.
Oh, thank you. I'm just gonna turn my back and go away.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna follow you. But I think we should talk again about that plan about going. I don't know. You guys were talking about going to Mithril Hall or something and Underdark. Like I haven't been there, but you guys said something about it before.
Yeah, we need to go to Silver Moon to talk to Agamemnon first, so we can use the teleporter. Or we need to find an
Agamemnon.
entrance to the Underdark. We don't know how to get there.
Okay.
That's the problem. So, but I'm kind of hesitant to let Big Honker out in the jungle now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So you do recall that Wakanga, or Zindar rather, had discussed the probability that Big Honker was going to get hunted down because he was actually killing citizens outside the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to capture him, but I don't think it's best to free him in the jungle.
Yeah, because what if he gets
Tainted.
Yeah.
And more aggressive.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gamble on it. Whether maybe he could end up becoming more passive because of it, or maybe he could become extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in all reality, we're not entirely sure how it works.
Yes, this is a very good point, actually.
Could have became smarter. So.
Yeah. I mean, he full on became like eloquent. So like.
Maybe he always had it in him, and he just needed somebody to believe in him.
It could be. It could be. I don't remember. Did he get it on him? Did he ingest it? I don't remember how he.
I think he
came in touch with the Black Mold. Didn't you think he ate it?
Didn't he?
I don't know. I don't remember. He might have eaten it. My notes don't go back that far. All right. So what are we thinking? What are we doing first?
Well, if I'm gonna talk to Big Honker, I need to wait until the morning.
Didn't we just take a long rest? Shouldn't you be okay?
Well, we took a long rest before we came here, but I didn't know that we had to talk to animals, so I didn't prepare the spell.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Mm.
that makes sense. Okay, so that could be something we do tomorrow. What if we could go back and talk to Zindar about possibly recruiting Big Honker? Like, if we're able to say that we could like train him into becoming some sort of defense system.
Do you think he'd listen?
Maybe. I mean, he's the port master, right? So he controls everything on the port, and the lizard folk had been attacking from the sea since the dragon turtle was no longer there.
Yeah. And
So now if they see that there's a new threat, maybe they won't.
but we need to talk to someone who is willing to train him.
Yeah. What was the name of the guy that owned the Dino Mart? Does he have any experience with training them? Or
I
he might
think
be
so.
able to, or he might know somebody that can train.
Yeah. Talroa, wasn't it? Ethan Talroa or something?
I think so.
I think he was the...
And I have the speak with animals ritual. I mean, I can
Ooh.
take 10 minutes and
Yeah, you can.
like I can try. I'm probably not as good as you, but I could try. I'm not as experienced.
Just remember that he isn't friendly to us anymore.
He isn't friendly
Yeah.
towards us?
Nope.
Oh.
That's
Well, maybe
all
he'll
right.
have some sort of remembrance that we're his buddies.
Maybe.
Yeah, and that would be to Dallin for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking to him before.
Yeah.
But we could...
Okay.
Well, dinosaurs aren't very smart, but he might remember that we helped him escape. Helped him
Mhm.
hunt.
Right.
So that may help.
Help
And
him
now we
hunt
just
people.
want to redirect his hunting.
Yeah. We don't want him
Yeah.
to stop hunting, but we don't want him to endanger himself from hunting humans.
Mhm.
So we could try to convince him.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And I've got minor illusion to like pull up, what he should be attacking.
Okay.
Interesting plan.
I have to think about how to communicate to a dinosaur that humans are not tasty when they are tasty to them. So I have to
Well,
think, humans make you sick, or humans,
you can just say that if he
humans will
keeps
kill you.
Yeah, if he keeps killing humans and hunting humans, other humans will come and hurt him
Right.
with
But if
long
he
spears.
hunts, if
Yeah.
he hunts lizard people,
Yes.
but then again, it can't be all lizard people. This is
Why
very
not?
selective.
Jesus.
Okay, all lizard people.
Yeah. Jesus.
All of them.
All lizard people.
Just take out
And then
the
the
entire
human-
race.
Yeah.
And then the humans will lay down food in front of him,
Yeah.
like some
Oh,
sort of,
God.
hey, there you go. There you go.
Ooh, I hope nobody comes up with some idea that lizard folk represent some real world human race.
Oh God, no.
Unless- And this becomes some big political discussion.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
sure
lizard
it'll be
folk.
fine.
Yeah, just racial genocide.
Yeah.
But only if they come in contact with Big Honker.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the only time. Like,
So maybe,
Mm.
I don't know how we can train him, but it'd be great if we could train him and then give him to Zindar to protect the port.
yeah.
Sort of
And if
take,
they're
not
okay-
obviously.
Then that might build up a new enterprise of training dinosaurs to protect instead of
Yes.
just racing them, using them as carriage buggies,
Yeah, I love this idea.
So guard dogs.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
They're just really, really, really big guard dogs
Yeah.
with
Because
really
so far
big
it's
teeth.
just been like, so far they just fight each other, and that's not good.
Yeah, but now they can be
Okay.
used in service to people because that's what people care about.
Alrighty.
I think this is coming along very well.
Nothing can go wrong.
Absolutely nothing.
Because we're that naive.
Yeah.
Woo!
We're so naive. Yeah, that's good. We're hopeful. We're optimistic.
And naive.
Okay. And naive.
Yeah. But we need to try something at least.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
So
away we
Yeah.
go.
Very good. Okay. Well, I think that's an excellent place for us to take a little 5-10 minute break.
Okay.
So you guys are going to, so just to be clear, you're going to head out straight into the jungle, no long rest. And you're going to go look for, or not the jungle, but actually the outskirts of the city, outside the city walls, into the slums to go find Big Honker and try to convince him, try to find some solution whereby he can survive and be of service to the city.
yes.
We did have a
Yes.
long rest though, so
Yeah.
everybody's fully charged up, I think. But
Yes.
just didn't-
Yes.
select
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're not, but you're going straight out. You're not doing anything else in between now and then.
Or we
Alrighty.
might talk to Ethan Talroa to see if he has any dinosaur trainers that he know of.
Good idea.
That
So we
might be a
have-
good idea.
So we have someone to maybe come with us to build.
Why don't we tell him our plan?
Yeah.
He might be all about it. Is he here in the Golden Throne, or is he not here?
You don't see Ifan Talroa currently. Your basic understanding of how the city works is that this is Golden Throne, the administrative building, and the merchant princes take turns essentially hearing the grievances or the cases of the various external parties and local populace who may want to, present an idea or file a complaint. And so they take turns acting in that sort of administrative and judicial capacity.
Okay, so they're not all there at one time.
They're very rarely there all at one time unless it's for a specific major administrative purpose, such as a council meeting. But
Okay.
this is not a special day in that sense. This is just a normal day.
So we could try his house.
Yeah.
Coots. Good plan.
Okay. All right. So
Alrighty.
we'll take a little break.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are going to go find Ifan Talroa,
Yeah, but
if I understood that correctly.
but before we go, I'm gonna go to Utamu and just say, didn't you promise us some gold for getting Cinder back? Got him back.
Oh, well, I suppose I can do something about that. How much did we say it was again? 100?
A piece, yes.
Well, he seems at least as dedicated to his job as he was before he left. So here's a 100, and I shall give you this as well. And he hands you a little feather.
Okay. What is this?
Now, it is a magical item.
Ooh.
It is a quill of never-ending ink.
Satina,
Yes.
there you go. This is a quill with never-ending ink. I think it will suit you.
You're gonna see Satina's face light up. She is so excited about this.
Oh, well, if I had realized, I would have given you less than 100. No, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you very much. Yes, he seems quite happy. Well, you know Zidar. He's never really happy, but this is about as less grumpy as he's been in a long time.
Good.
I think the fact that he is able to get back into his work makes it easier for him to accept the loss of his son.
Yeah.
So, did I hear you say something about going out to get Big Honker?
Yes, we're gonna try. And
He is very dangerous, you know.
we know. But he's a really good dinosaur. And he's been mistreated for a long while. So we owe him.
Well, this is a very sad thing, but not everyone thinks of dinosaurs the same way. Most people here see them as beasts of burden. They have value, but once they start becoming dangerous, their value is offset by the fact that there are many dinosaurs in the jungle, and Big Honker, whatever the sad origins of his story might be, he is not irreplaceable, if you understand my point.
We understand, but
What if we could make him irreplaceable?
yeah.
Oh, well, what did you have in mind?
So we're going to throw an idea at you. And I want you to tell us if you think that people would actually be in favor of it.
Or would pay to have one.
Yes,
It's a money-making opportunity.
it is. So we were thinking, with the dragon turtle being gone and all, your city needs some other sort of protection from, lizard folk, people who want to attack, people who want to regain control. You need some sort of defense. Now, I know dragons, that's not what I meant to say. Dinosaurs are not as intelligent as a dragon turtle. But if you were to train them to protect as opposed to attack, I think that could be a very smart decision. And it would set your city apart from any other city in the country. It could even lead to more cities doing it, using dinosaurs to protect as opposed to what they do now, which is they're kept in cages, they are used for entertainment, when these are predators. Their natural instinct is to hunt. If you just direct what they are hunting, I think it could be a very, very lucrative source.
Let's see. Normally, persuasion would be charisma, but since you're making a logical argument and appealing to his rational thinking, and you're doing a very good job, I might say, why don't you roll persuasion, but using your intelligence modifier?
Ooh, okay. All right. Persuasion with my intelligence modifier. All right, so it's already a 0 for charisma, so I can just add the 3 on top. 14, 17?
Oh, Satina, I must say this is an intriguing proposition. I almost wonder why I did not think of it myself. Of course, I don't really deal with that sphere of the businesses, but yes, you would think that Mr. Talroa, being in charge of all of the exotic animal trade, would have thought of making money this way.
Mm-hmm. We're actually going to go see him next.
Oh, you do know that he is in league with the Gentarum.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, if you were in league with the Gentarum, who are a mercenary fighting force and who would be bidding on security contracts for Port Nyanzaru as well as key commercial or governmental interests in and around Chult, would you think that locals controlling these powerful and dangerous beasts would be beneficial to their ability to achieve the highest pay, or would they be considered competition to their own profit margin?
I think they would be considered an asset, because it's not like they're going to be taking over their position, because the Zentrum are humanoids. They're humanoids with intelligence. These dinosaurs are just a tool to be used that are not being used to their fullest capacity.
I am not entirely sure I would agree with you. I see your point about them being humans, but there is an argument, not one I make myself personally, but those who have a slightly dimmer view on the value of life, that many of these mercenary troops are essentially disposable.
Mm-hmm.
Whether
I
it
definitely
is
get what you're saying. Yeah.
whether it is 2 small guard dogs or 1 big guard dog, in their eyes, it is all the same. And as expensive as it is to maintain and train a large dinosaur, the reality is once you have trained them properly, they do not turn on you normally.
Right.
The truth is, however, the dinosaurs tend to be more expensive. In the short run, they are a big upfront investment, whereas the Zhentarim and other mercenaries, well, they bleed you dry, but do it slowly over time. And of course, there is always the risk with somebody like the Zhentarim, who have their own agendas, as I understand it. And he leans in and taps the side of his nose with his finger. You never know what they're really up to. Personally,
That's true.
I like this idea. You may find that if you approach the wrong parties with it, you may become the target of resistance, even outright, shall we say, active measures to try to derail it. I would be very careful who you present the idea to, and think about whether or not they look to gain from it, or would perhaps be hurt by it. Remember, this is a commercial city, and money still speaks very loudly.
You make a very good point.
Well, I don't know if that's... I just have been around a bit, and I've seen it from all sides.
Oh, absolutely. And your wisdom is absolutely appreciated.
Oh, I am not wise, my young friend. Just old.
I hear that loud and clear.
Well, good luck. I suggest you give it a try. If you can get it to work, then presenting a fait accompli to the entire ruling council in a special session might get what you want. But you would have to go find a way to make it happen, and without necessarily official support. You might even have to go... You might find yourself at loggerheads against those who would see a simpler and easier solution. Do not forget as well, eliminating Big Hunker would help to remove this recurring story about the shame that Tyreek has brought upon his mother and his mother's interests. If we were to keep Big Hunker around, it would be a constant reminder to the population, especially those who have lost great sums of money. You can see why some people would like to have this story disappear, as it were.
Well, I mean, is he that distinctive? Couldn't we just pass him off as somebody else? Like, oh, look, it's a new dinosaur. And we've trained him.
Are you saying that all dinosaurs look the same?
No, but they look similar. I mean, from one T-Rex to another, I mean, they're not going to be that different. We could sort of, like, alter his appearance a little. Give him a haircut, you know.
My half-orc friend, I think perhaps somebody is overdue for some sensitivity training. But you know, you do make a good point. What does one dinosaur look like to the average person? Probably not very much. If you could dress him up, disguise him some way, maybe scar him. Who knows? Maybe it is possible. Yes, I can think about this. It's also possible that he could be put into the service of 1 or 2 individual merchant princes or other large and successful commercial interests for their own private security. This is not the same, but of course, it would also reduce his public exposure.
That's
or
true.
you can
Also
even
good.
take him someplace else. Perhaps you can take him with you if you do not intend to stay.
What if we take him
Also
out into
good.
the jungle and train him there and then bring him back like we had found him in the jungle?
Welcome to the jungle, as they say.
Yeah, because
Oh,
there's
I-
plenty of tigers out in the jungle, right? So, I mean, it wouldn't be that surprising.
No, not at all. Yes, you could even try to sell him to Ifan Tarlora, who may or may not actually know what he looks like. Yes, especially if you could find a way to get one of his primary flesh merchants to come on board your side, if you understand my point. Yes, I can see that it could work. I am not saying it will work. It is simply a
But it
possibility.
could. Right.
So I'm
Well,
saying
it's
there's
worth
a
a try.
chance.
Yeah. Okay, so
Like it.
I vote that we hold off on talking to Ifan Talroa just yet
Mm-hmm.
until we actually have some proof that he can be trained. And even still, maybe not even talk to Ifan Talroa about recruiting him, because he's got this interim, like Wakanga said. I mean, so maybe they'll agree, and then Big Honker mysteriously goes missing, right? So if we talk to someone that is incredibly lawful, that would see him as an asset as opposed to competition, maybe that could better the chances of it actually working.
Who would you suggest?
Well, I mean, we were already planning on him staying at the port.
Sindor.
Maybe Zendar?
That's a great idea.
He did lose the dragon turtle.
And we could point that out.
But I do think that
What?
we should train Big Honker first before bringing it up, instead of just being like, "Here, have a dinosaur." Keep trying to say
Yeah.
dragon, not a dragon.
I know.
I'm playing too much Skyrim.
This is a different intellectual property. We do not allow it here.
What do you guys think?
I think that's a
It's a
good
great
idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for talking to us, Wakanga. Your insight was very helpful. You brought up
And
some really
he-
good points that we didn't think about.
He puts his right hand over his left breast, closes his eyes, and tilts forward about 30 degrees and says, "It is always my pleasure to find such young, energetic forces for lawfulness and good, especially when it comes to my home city of Port Nyanzaru, to which I owe my personal and everlasting loyalty."
All right, cool.
Did I make that weird? I'm so sorry.
Oh.
No, it's okay.
That's good. That's good.
Well, good luck. My scouts tell me that he was last seen in the area of Executioner's Run, which you may remember from your time racing. And he looks at Cora. It is on the outskirts of the city, and it is so named because of the long stretch that is essentially a pit where criminals are brought. They may either choose to face justice in the courts, or at the risk of death, they need to make a distance run from one end to the other and survive. Of course, there are obstacles, including the 2- and 4-legged kind, all of them with many sharp teeth.
Fun. It
That's
should be a
good.
good time.
My
It-
axe
it
needs
is
some action.
It is a brutal holdover of our colonial masters, but unfortunately, it also does serve a purpose in providing some entertainment and a catharsis to the angry, the poor, the downtrodden, and those who have no other power. And so, unfortunately, as brutal and barbaric as it is It persists to this day. Plus, it reduces the costs of housing criminals in a justice system that is essentially overworked and under-resourced.
So
Of
when
course.
they win their freedom?
Yes, they win their freedom
Okay.
and they are absolved of crimes. Now, Big Honker could work in this capacity, but we typically do not use such dangerous animals because a Tyrannosaurus Rex, full grown as he is, would be extremely hard to control. They do not leave in Executioner's Run. They must be taken out at the end of every session. Otherwise, people walking along the street could be pushed into it and they could escape. Occasionally, they escape all the time. The rules of the city typically are that mature T-Rexes and similarly dangerous animals are not allowed in the city. If you notice, all of the ones that roam around typically are juveniles. Big Honker was due to retire anyway because he was already getting to be a bit too big. But as I said, there are commercial interests, and not all of them are even in the city. There are harbors all along the coast. Many of them serve at the purpose of some of the more, shall we say, suspect operations. Not all of them evil, simply perhaps trying to not be seen by everybody. And in a place like that, it would not be impossible to hide even a creature as large as Big Honker. But I shall leave it to you. If you find a way to tame him and bring the story and the idea in front of the council, with guarantees of safety, I would be willing to tentatively provide my support, and I think at least one other member could do the same. I would be willing to speak to them on your behalf. But the rest you will have to convince, and you will have at least one, possibly two, of the princes most likely voting against.
Right.
Good luck, my young friends.
Thank you. All right, guys. You ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's go find Big
You know,
Honker.
do you think we should bring that stable boy with us? Because you know what? Having him buy in, we might set up a training facility, take a cut of the profit, and fund our travels to Mithril Hall. And he could be in charge of training them if we brought him with us and showed him how.
That's true. He is very good with the dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. He might see this as a great money-making opportunity and really buy in.
Mm-hmm. We could even say that this opportunity could help him pay off his student loans.
Exactly. Much faster than his poetry.
Mm-hmm. His
Or
poetry
scam.
isn't really going to get him anywhere.
Because he didn't win.
So are you saying
His
that
big
the
dreams.
stable boy are coming with us
Maybe.
forever?
You can fly it on top of
No,
us.
no, no.
That way you don't have to talk
Just
to
for
him.
this part. Just for this part. Yeah, I shouldn't talk to him. He doesn't want to talk to me.
Oh.
Well, I mean, because Dallin hates the guy, and I'm afraid that she's gonna choke him if she has to talk to him for too long.
That's a possibility.
Well, you can go and talk
So
to
you
him,
can,
and I can go and try and find some leather armor in the city, and you can go and talk to him. Because
yeah, we can do that.
I don't think I'm able to keep my mouth shut in front of him.
Do we really
Well-
want to split the party?
Well,
Would you rather somebody get choked?
I mean, some
Take the
people are into
risk.
that kind of thing.
In a not fun way.
Maybe it would be better to show up with him, right? Show up with him trained and then sell him on it then. But I think he should be involved at some point so that we don't have to
Yeah.
be stuck here as dinosaur trainers. It's good to set up a
Yeah,
business.
I'd
and
rather
then
not get
clientele
stuck
it
here.
out.
but
Yeah.
I don't think we can set up a business here for training dinosaur because then we have Ivan Tolroa on our ass because he's the main
Maybe.
guy with the exotic animals.
True,
but
but he does it
I mean-
solely for selling them.
yeah. And if the Zentrum, if he sees the value in the dinosaurs, sure, the Zentrum might get their knickers in a knot, but competition's good for an economy.
Sure.
Sure, we can
I
try.
mean, that's why I keep leaving all these jobs, right? They just keep getting better and better staff.
Is that why?
Well, yeah, I got to give people the opportunity, you know? They come along, I
Yeah.
think, oh, well, you got enough people now, I can move on.
Oh, totally. Yep. No, I definitely. That's why. I gotcha.
It's, it's amazing how quickly these people gain new staff when Cracker shows up and starts working there.
It's not being fired, not really. It's giving people new opportunities.
Sure. Let's go and talk to Lee. I can stand right outside so I don't mess it up.
You can keep an eye out for Ifan Tauroa.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So we're going back to the Dino Mart. Wait, are we barred from the Dino Mart?
No. I don't
No?
think so.
Okay. I don't think so either, but I just had like that idea pop in my head that we weren't supposed to go back.
Yeah, you guys kind of pissed somebody off, but it's really more that you're not, because you kind of got caught sneaking around a bit, didn't you?
Yeah. That was
a
before
little
the
bit,
race.
but nobody knew it was us. Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so. And we have Miles Skills at the stables, so we have to go check on him sometime.
That's
So,
true.
This
Yeah.
this is true. You
Yeah.
are still legally the owners of Mad Skills, and he is still stabled there. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to go to the stables to go talk to Lee.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. Well, you get to the stables, which are also out on the outskirts of town, but in a slightly different area. And you do see Lee there. Hey, how's it going? Would you like to? Oh, it's you guys.
Hey, Lee.
How you
We got
doing?
an idea
Uh,
for you.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah. You've got an idea, do you?
Yeah, one that might pay off your student loans.
Yeah. You know what could have paid off my student loans? Winning that contest. Thanks for that.
Hey, it
Well,
was
Oh, what
an
can I
even
say?
fight. You put up your best punches, and you know what? Sometimes it just doesn't work out. But this idea might work out for you. And it'll bring in the skills you already have.
Now, when you say skills, do you mean running around and putting my life at risk? Because I think the last time I helped you with your dinosaur, I nearly died.
But you didn't. But that's not the point.
Did you see the scar? And he starts to roll up his very loose pantaloon on one thigh until it gets almost all the way up to the top, and he starts to look like he's wearing a diaper on one side. And you see a massive, jagged scar that runs from the inside of his thigh all the way around the outside of the thigh to the outside knee. And it's a combination of torn flesh as well as what appear to be extremely large puncture wounds.
You know, I could
Hands.
heal that for you. Just
Yeah,
a
well,
thought.
I don't have any medical insurance, so I can't afford it.
I'd do it for free if you hear us out.
If I agree to risk my life again, no,
No,
thank you.
no. To hear us out. Just listen to our idea.
And he looks at his wrist, which has absolutely nothing on it. And then he looks at you and says, well, I think I'm supposed to be on the job for at least another 20 minutes, although I don't have anything like a watch or anything to tell me what time it is. I can't stop you standing here.
Well, we'll wait until you're finished.
I'm done. I'm waiting.
So do we have a deal? You'll listen to us properly, and I'll heal your scars.
I tell you what, why don't you buy this? And he points at a little snake that's curled up in a small circle in a tiny cage. And he kind of like rattles the cage a little bit, and suddenly two tiny little bird wings pop out from behind the back, just behind the head.
It's a flying snake.
It's a flying snake.
I want it. I
You can
want it.
have it.
So I can have that on what?
Well, you've got to buy it. You let me get a sale and I'll listen to you. Because then you're the customer. I've got to listen to you, right?
So you don't want me to heal you?
Well, you
Just,
can
just,
heal me.
just to be
but
clear,
you can heal me, but I'd rather you buy a snake.
how about I heal you for the snake?
I can't pay him with a healing. It's not my snake. It's his snake. And he points at the carved wooden image of Ifan Talroa's profile that hangs above every single doorway in this alleyway.
And how much do you want for said snake?
It's not what I want.
Okay,
It's
how
what
much
the
is
price
it being
is.
sold for?
150 gold pieces.
Are you kidding me?
It's a flying snake. How many flying snakes
And
have you seen?
I'll give you
Some earlier.
100.
I can't negotiate. It's the price.
I'm sure you can negotiate.
I can negotiate upwards. 175.
Oh, no deal.
Negotiations work.
What?
That's not how negotiations work. You're supposed to vary the price to try and meet in the middle
Yes,
so
but
that
I
you're
don't
both
really.
happy.
Yeah, but I'm not the owner, right? You see that? Do you see this name tag? Do you see owners
But
walking
you're
around
the
with name tags?
salesperson.
No,
The
I'm
salesperson
just.
are supposed to make sales
But
and
I
receive
don't
profit.
have. I don't have any leeway. This isn't my stuff to sell. I only
Well, how
get
about
paid to do my job.
Lee? Listen. Okay. How would you like if you were able to make the prices? Of
You're
course, there'd
going
be
to kill
commission.
Ifan Talroa?
No. Oh my God. No. That was not the plan. But with this idea that we have, you would be one of the people in charge. You'd be leading the scene. You'd be the boss.
I don't understand how this is going to work. If I don't, Ifan Talroa owns everything. How can I be the? I've got nothing. I've got debts out of my wazoo, and other than that, I don't have anything. I mean, I've
But
got
you could.
a degree in poetry, which apparently isn't even good enough to win a poetry contest.
Well, art is subjective. I mean, coming from an
And
art
you know-
professor,
And you know
yours
what
was
isn't?
pretty good.
You know what isn't subjective? My rent.
Absolutely right. Do you want a job that can pay for it?
You're going to give me a job, a permanent job.
If
That's
you'll
less
listen to
dangerous
us,
than working
then
here?
if you'll listen to us, we'll be able to explain to you what it is.
No, this is going around forever. Okay, fine. Just tell me your story. Ugh. It just slumps down. Literally slumps down and sits Indian style in the middle of the alleyway. Just his body language is completely defeated.
Nice.
Damn you and your dwarven logic.
All right, who wants to take the lead on this?
Well, I think you should. You've been very persuasive
It was
so far.
fantastic.
You literally
Okay.
browbeat him
Good.
into submission.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Do you clear your throat as well? You stand
I'm
on
like-
a little box to look a little taller.
Yeah, I'm like getting into my lecturing persona.
Oh, right.
Wanna-
Yeah,
Do you want to
yeah, of
stand on
course.
my shoulders? So you feel a bit taller?
I think I'd be way too tall.
Okay, I'll sit down
Oh,
and then
maybe
you can
like-
stand on my shoulders.
Get on all fours, and then she stands on your back, and then she's like on a
Yeah,
soapbox.
Oh my
With
god.
that-
absolutely.
That'll definitely add to the gravitas.
Ugh. Okay. All right, Lee. So, our idea, right? And you can't bring this up to anybody else because it's still in the makings. The idea is, what if these dinosaurs were used for more than just entertainment and traffic? Like what we were thinking, right? The dragon turtle is gone. The city is defenseless besides the acts of humanoids, which have their own motives. If you were able to train these dinosaurs to be able to protect the land as well as sell them to very high paying customers, of course, with you getting commission for every sale, obviously, But think about what that commission would be for how much you could charge for these trained dinosaurs. The trained ones to attack those that wanted to cause harm, ones that wanted to cause any destruction of property. It would be like, it's a completely untapped source that people just haven't thought of. Imagine the groundbreaking influence that this would have. Your name would go down in history as the one that is able to train these dinosaurs to be more than just entertainment.
You'd be a pioneer.
It'd be a pioneer.
Personal protection devices for families
Yes.
that want a little extra protection.
Yeah. And the way art works is you gain these experiences, you use your experiences and pour them into your artwork. Think about how your poetry would be overcoming the challenges that it takes to raise and train dinosaurs. Think about how incredible your artwork is going to become because of these challenges.
You're good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think you can do another persuasion check using your intelligence, since that was very logical and also extremely effective.
I mean, I nearly volunteered.
I'm going to use my inspiration on this
Yeah.
because I want it to work. All right, persuasion with intelligence with advantage, 19 plus 3, 22.
And he just looks at you. And those of you with a perception over 13 notice that a single tear starts to leak out of his left eye and slowly drip down his cheek. Damn it, you had me at be my own boss.
Well, I am glad you're a part of the team.
I'm in. And he jumps up and he gives Satina a hug. Oh, maybe
She
that
looks
wasn't appropriate.
surprised, but she will hug him back.
Oh, Harry. Ooh, wow. Ooh. Dude.
Okay. It's okay. Just embrace it.
Phew.
You okay?
So,
Are
I'm
you
fine,
feeling-
fine.
Are you sick?
No. Clears his nostrils. So, what do we do next?
So we need to find Big Honker.
Right. I'm out.
You already agreed.
Oh, crap. If I die, and I don't mean like die, but if I get hurt, you've got to save me because I'm not like you. I'm not tough like you people.
Of
I'm
course,
a poetry major.
absolutely. Health insurance is covered.
And, look at me. I don't even have enough to feed myself. And he literally
Lee.
rolls up his sleeve and he shows you his arm. And it is basically just skin and bone and a little bit of sinew.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
man. Well,
Lee.
as long as
Lee,
don't
just
sell this, Lee. But here's my lunch. You can have my lunch, but you can't run out and sell it. You have to eat it yourself.
He takes your sack lunch. He opens it. He looks inside. Ooh. Is this Susna's?
Mm-hmm. So don't tell anyone and don't sell it, or I'll come for you.
So good. Oh, so good. Mm.
While he's
And
eating,
he's just like smearing it all over his face and licking his fingers.
I'm
while
also
he's
gonna
eating,
tell him
I want to go for it.
No, go on.
While he's eating, I want to look to the rest of the party and be like, since we're, investors in Cessnas, do you think she would agree to give him like a meal plan?
That's a great idea.
Make sure he's,
Definitely.
fed for, and, as of right now, we can cover health insurance. We can make sure he's safe while he's with us. We should figure out something whenever he's running on his own.
I like that.
Okay. We'll talk to Cessna later and see what she says.
Sounds good.
He says.
Mhm.
And I'm going to let Lee know that while he's with us, I'll be his own personal health insurance.
Turning into quite the social commentary.
Got to make sure our employees are taken care of.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, is he still he's still going to be working under Efound Talroa, isn't he?
I mean, he hasn't quit his job. You
We'll
basically
make sure
got
he
him
stays
into
in
his.
his job for now.
Yeah, I mean, for all you know, he's violating his employment contract by moonlighting with you guys. But hey, that's a separate problem.
That's
Yeah.
his,
And
that's
just-
his issue.
Problem for another day.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's gonna just have to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah. Which we already told him not to tell anyone. So.
Yeah, his
Fair
whole
enough.
future hinges on that.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm
Okay.
thanking everything that is holy for these good rolls today, because this could have gone a very different way.
This
Yep.
could have gone very badly wrong. Yeah. All right. So, so he's with you. He's on board. Where do you guys want to go now?
Well, now we go find him, right?
Yeah.
So you guys, you guys have been getting, as you will recall, reports that Big Honker, for whatever reason, is out by Executioner's Run. He seems to sort of duck into the jungle and then come back out of the jungle, but he's living on the periphery of the jungle and then essentially coming in to dine out, as it were.
Executioner's Run.
Yeah.
Wasn't that where we were mugged before?
Where you were what?
Were we mugged before? And was it Executioner's Run where we were before when we got mugged?
I think we were mugged in the port.
Okay.
No, it was
'Cause it was, like, as soon as we got to the
outside-
city.
Yeah, outside the city.
Yeah.
And I'm
Executioner's Run.
tucking my money in my bustier.
Yes. So there is an external port, but that's further to the south. It's called Tairiki Anchorage, which is where you guys originally came in. Executioner's Run and the old city is on the outside of the walls, but it's to the north.
Okay.
And you've basically been in Malar's throat just now, which is the third sort of suburb. Essentially, there's like three little valleys or depressions, coastal depressions or little valleys carved in between a couple of geological deformities, like upthrust deformities, and they all sort of peter out into the ocean. And people have built their various illegal, not properly zoned type residences and businesses in these valleys along the slopes or on the valley floor. So you, let me just change this. I just realized this is probably dark for you guys, right?
Yes.
Mm.
But you can see it.
Grey now.
Yes, I know. Just give me a second.
On the way
I almost have to
over,
forget.
do we pass any armor shops or something? I just want to buy a normal leather armor. Don't have
Sure.
to role play
Yeah.
it or something.
I mean, yeah, you can buy it. I mean, there's the whole Merchant's Way that you guys have been to before, where you were looking to sell your gems and
Yeah.
jewelry, and there's armorers there.
Yeah.
I think you might have even spoken to somebody at one point. So
just
leather armor is very easy to come by.
Yeah.
Heavier stuff like metal armor is definitely harder because it's so hot that not that many people actually wear metal armor.
I'm just gonna.
Is that a
Okay.
clown?
Yes.
Fun.
I'm out.
Is that a
So
what?
I hate clowns.
you
Clown.
Yeah, well, apparently Big Honker doesn't like them either. You come across a scene of carnage. There are people running and screaming. Ah! There are dead humans, dead dinosaurs. A clown is literally in Big Honker's mouth. He doesn't look happy. It's questionable if he ever looked happy.
Eat it.
But he's,
Yeah.
Do you-
Go
what
right
do you do to
ahead.
save the clown?
Nothing.
Crickets.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's
Chomp
unanimous.
away, Dino. Chomp away.
I don't like
Oh
that
no,
podcast.
we were too late.
They're anti-clownist.
I know, I'm clownist.
We're gonna.
Well, it's
we're,
going
we're
to take
gonna
me 10 minutes to. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, we're gonna get complaint letters from like the clown jugglers and mimes association of North America.
I have no problem with mimes. Just to put it out there, it's just clowns.
You know, there's like a subcategory of clowns, right?
Well, it's clowns I don't like. Mimes are okay-ish.
Could
You're not helping
Yvonne-
yourself, Joe.
I know, but you know,
could Yvonne like
digging that hole.
prepare the spell on the way? That way it's ready by the time we get there.
Yes. So the rules on ritual casting are that you can't do other spells, but you can do certain things, including, for example, possibly walking, but you couldn't do anything like
Okay.
serious. Now, you guys will be approaching from the walls side. So actually you'll be coming from down here. So if you'd like to put your tokens somewhere around here between the two pyramids, the two bigger pyramids.
Okay.
And for the avoidance of doubt, this and this are essentially elevated walkways, stone walkways underneath which there are passages through arches. Each one of these levels of the pyramids is actually 15 feet in height. So this is the ground level. This is 15 feet higher. This is 15 feet higher. This pit is 20 feet deep. Right. This is the executioner's run from here to here.
Okay.
You see somebody. You will see people in chains being dragged around. There are lots of people not in chains, just running for their lives, screaming. The clown, of course, is just flailing around, desperately honking a small horn.
Nice shooting.
What a terrible scene.
Okay, a clown.
All right, guys, are you ready for this?
Yep.
What's
All
our
right.
plan?
Yeah, what is your
my
plan? I'm about to tell you to
Well-
roll initiative, but I'm not entirely sure what you're actually planning on doing.
I think I'd like to try and immediately speak with Big Honker and say, drop it. But it's not like I can give him orders. You know what
Well, I mean, it's always possible that he's been trained in basic commands, right? Because if you,
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
I mean, he's not a pet, but anybody who was dealing with such a dangerous animal, even right, they would have had to have some basic commands in case something happens like this. Maybe it
Okay.
works, but maybe your
worth a
DM's a
try.
jerk, and
don't
you
know
just
that
have
yet.
to get really close, and then he bites you.
Maybe. I'm not sure
Only
what
one
the
way
range
to find
is.
out.
Yes, absolutely. Now, by the way, is Cud with you? Is Salazar with you? Is Hrimfaxi with you? Is anyone else with you?
Lee is with us. Salazar's with us.
Right. We need to give
What-
you a Lee token.
Do you guys think Cud would be with us?
Did I ever give you a Lee token? I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I've only described them. I've never. There we go.
Because we went to the. Oh my lord.
Oh, that suits him so well.
Just
Because
to
we
make
went to
him
the Hall
easier
of
to
Gold.
see.
So I don't know if Cud would be with us there. We hadn't gone back to Cessna's yet.
Lee, of course, will
Right.
be hiding
And-
behind the rest of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Naturally.
Okay, so I've cleared the initiative. If you guys want to roll initiative.
Oh, I forgot to select my turn. Cool.
Joe, do you want to roll for Lee? Henrietta, would you like to roll for Big Honker?
Sure.
And is there anybody else we haven't thought of?
Just my little Salazar.
Is Salazar going on yours or his own?
I think familiars get their own.
They do. Typically, we hand wave and let them sort of act on your turn to keep it simple. But if you want to do it the official way, that's
Yeah, that works
perfectly
for me. I just need a token for him.
Yeah. It gave you the
Little orange
Calico.
cat.
calico cat.
You can be a calico, that's fine.
If I can find any cat, I'm going to give it to you at this stage.
Sounds good to
That's
me.
good. All right. Oh yeah, you had the hairless cat at one point.
Did I?
Yes, I remember that. Mean looking thing.
Ah, there he
I think I
is.
tried to lick it. I tried to lick it.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna lick my cat, man?
Well, I was trying everything. Susna had me try everything. Everything is food. Susna always says everything is food.
Not my familiar, man.
Well, I didn't know.
I'm gonna have him bite you if you try and lick him again.
Okay, well, I won't. I learned my lesson.
Good.
So Joe, who were you rolling for again? Was it Lee?
Yes.
Okay. Got average stats. We're going to call Big Honker 2 just to keep it simple. And Salazar is basically going on Satina's turn. Okay. I'm going to have Maddie go first. Cool.
Oh my god, we're so far away from Big Hunger.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's gonna take me like
Y'all
10 turns just to get over there.
Y'all are, as they say.
Ooh.
See a range on Speak with Animals.
You should have the spell on your character sheet if you can use it.
Yep, I do. And hold on.
I don't think there's a range. They just have to hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, so then
Okay.
in that case, it's just, whatever your speaking range
In
is.
hearing.
Just yell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not this far.
I know there are official rules on it. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. We can say it's something like a couple hundred feet. I think that's reasonable.
Well, that's pretty good. Okay. So
Especially
I
if
can
she's
try
like
it now.
yelling.
Yeah. Okay.
All
So it's
Oh my god, it's gonna take me so long. Percy stumpy legs.
If you dash.
Yeah, I can only dash 50 feet.
Yeah. That's fine.
It's gonna take me like 10 turns. Okay.
Yeah. Look, that's 50 feet.
and you'll also
For
be out
you.
of breath at some point.
Yeah, like continuously dashing.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, gross. Okay. So me and Salazar are gonna dash up 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Shoop. Yeah, that's my turn.
Yeah, I mean, technically, Salazar can just ride on your shoulder,
Oh, works for me.
so save him the exhaustion.
He's my little buddy.
Yeah, he's a tiny creature, technically.
Yeah.
And you're medium-sized, so right. And we also need a couple more rolls for the various poor souls that are caught. Let's have one for Mr. Clown. We'll call him Little Honker since that's what he does.
Who do you want to roll for that?
Yeah, why don't you roll for it, Maddie? And let's have one for Militia. Yvonne, do you want to roll that one?
Sure.
And I'm just going to have everybody kind of go on sort of the Militia's turn. Little Honker. Okay. Good. We are all set. Maddie, you have run Satina all the way up as far as your little stumpy legs go. Salazar's on your shoulder. Little Honker is honking furiously. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of good, but I suppose we could have a distraction roll for him if anybody wants to roll for him. Nope. Okay. All right, Joe rolls one. Doesn't work, and he is chomped in half by Big Honker.
Shame.
Too bad.
That's rough.
Cold-blooded, emotionless responses in this group. Unbelievable. Jesus Christ. For real.
Oh, that poor clown. Oh dear.
Oh no! Now he's going to
Now there's
the
two of them.
clown car in heaven.
All right. That was a fast turn for
Quite the
him.
magic trick.
Yeah. Dallin, what do you want to do?
Okay.
Actually, that was his turn, so he doesn't die yet. He just honked. But he's still trapped. All right. Dallin, what do you want to do?
Let's see. I'm gonna turn to Cracker and say jump on. Jump on! And I'm gonna turn into a direwolf.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right.
let's see. I can't hold a movement, so I need to move a little bit. So, knowing that she can run about 30 feet, I'm gonna use my movement to move 30 feet, and I'm gonna hold my dash action to dash when she hops on my back to get closer.
Okay.
Well, if she
Oh,
dashes to
So
me,
fuzzy.
she can go 60 feet, so I can actually move 50 feet because Direwolf has movement speed of 50. So I can actually move
Mhm.
a little further, actually.
Mm-hmm.
so I just stick with you. Okay.
Yeah, you just jump on, and when you jump on, I will run another 50 feet to get you closer.
Okay.
Okay, good plan. So yeah, Cracker does that, and now she's going to be on. She's going to be on with you.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
And then I can
Yep.
move when she jumps on me. I can move now. Is this a walkway so I can run under, or do we
Yes.
have to? Okay, we don't have to go on top of the pyramid.
No, it's designed for foot traffic to pass underneath.
Okay, so I can run to
It-
here with Cracker when she jumps on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's quite a nice feat of engineering, and it's consistent with the way the rest of the city is laid out. If you remember from your dinosaur race experience, there are a couple of these larger main buildings like Golden Throne, or some of the princes' villas, or some of the other important temples that also had connecting walkways. They're all of a similar design. And from what some of you saw, either racing like Cora or flying above, like Henriette Dallin at one point, you would know that not only do they serve as actual walkways, but they also serve as aqueducts. So there's an aqueduct that runs alongside the walkway itself. All right, Lee's looking at all this going, holy crap, that thing's huge. He's gotten bigger. What do you want him to do?
Dash with us.
Stay close to
Yeah,
Cora.
follow. Yeah.
Oh. And he runs up behind Cora. And then he just sort of like hugs Cora by the waist and tucks his head underneath one of her arms. Don't let it eat me.
I'm not gonna let it eat you. Can I drag him along with me?
Yeah, depending on your strength, you could pick him up and carry him.
Does that affect my speed at all?
It does. So
Does
this
it
is essentially the
halve it?
same as a grapple. Yes, it does. That's right. You've got it.
Okay.
I love it when you guys know the rules. I don't even have to do it. I can just sort of
So-
sit back and do all the funny voices.
I'm gonna pick him up, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
take him with me, and use my action to dash, and I'll go the 30 feet and get up with Satina.
Okay.
Boop, boop.
I can't move Lee.
Oh, right. Sorry. Let me change that. I'll set that so that everybody can move him.
Sorry, I think I'm supposed to be here. Sorry.
There we go.
Okay, Leah's with you. Very good. And the militia, they all take turns attacking Big Honker. At the same time, anybody who doesn't look like they're armored, this guy is up here on top of the walkway. This one runs up here next to him. They start throwing javelins down at Big Honker. This guy also keeps his distance and tries to shoot what appears to be a crossbow. The rest of them kind of run in general directions away. This lady comes racing forward and attempts to what appears to be melee with Big Honker. This guy, this Deinonychus, is actually attacking what appears to be one of the Zentrum, who for some reason are in the pit. And this one, who looks like a sailor, is actually trying to climb out of the pit, but there's no real way to do it. So he's just kind of shouting, help me, get me out of here. Let's have 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will also shoot a crossbow. Yep, plenty. Let's have each of you roll one attack roll against Big Honker. All right, so was that Ooh, Yvonne.
I know.
Well done. I know.
Never for me.
I know. Everybody else always does so well. Yeah. So one crossbow quarrel sticks out of Big Honker's side, and he sort of rears his head in anger. The other ones basically all go over him, under him, etc. This Deinonychus actually attacks the Zentrum. Maddie, do you want to roll that attack?
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
my bad.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
exactly.
It's just a guard.
It's just dinner.
Wow.
Everyone's got to eat.
Yeah.
Wow, boy. And yeah, Yvonne, do you want to roll the attack by the rather brave charging human against Big Honker?
Sure. Well,
What'd you get?
14.
Yeah, that's going to hit. And as it hits, you see a flash of radiant energy released from the mace that this woman seems to be wielding. And Big Honker reels back at the attack.
I guess I recognize the spell.
Yeah, so you would recognize it as something like a smite.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Yeah, from your back when you used to wear plate armor.
Mm-hmm.
At Big Honker's turn, ooh, what do you guys think Big Honker does?
Eats the clown.
Or eats the half of the clown that he's got. 'Cause didn't he bite him in half?
Well, no, actually,
Yeah.
Well, he's dead now.
he that wasn't really his turn. It was the clown's turn. He tried to distract Big Honker with the horn, but it failed, so he's still restrained. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack. Henrietta, I feel like you're the most emotionally invested in this, so why don't you roll for Big Honker?
Sure. Aww.
Oh,
Poor thing.
The clown lives.
So here's the
for
thing.
another round.
Big Honker is pretty freaking tough, and he bites the clown, and he literally bites him in half.
Ooh,
Yay!
cool.
And one half is completely engulfed and swallowed, whilst the torso just goes flying into the pit.
Ooh.
And as it goes flying, sailing over the edge, trailing this rainbow of viscera and blood, all you hear
intestines.
is honk honk.
Oh, man, the top half.
That's brutal.
God, he couldn't eat the horn for Christ's sake.
I know. Eat the top half. I don't mind the big shoes.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Maddie.
Okay.
You are. I think
Um,
you might be in range for a old fireball.
Mm-hmm. But do I want to cast fireball? I think that
Well,
would be less
We want to
helpful.
train him.
Yeah, I don't want to
Kill
scare
him.
him.
Well, you might need to scare him to train him.
I mean, yeah, but not right now. Because if
Fair
we
enough.
scare him in a wrong way, it could lead him to go on a rampage, and I don't want that. Because he's already attacking people.
Maddie.
Yeah.
He's already in a rampage.
Yeah. I don't want it to get worse.
He's killed a clown, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's okay.
He's doing a service.
Yeah.
He's
Guys,
already
we-
defending the place. We don't need to
we-
train him at all.
We love circuses. We love clowns. We love this.
No. No, we don't.
Oh goodness. Okay.
All right. What is
He's trained
Satina gonna do?
himself.
So I am just simply going to take my movement in the 25, and I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to create my hula hoop. That way, I am protected.
All right. Hula hoop it is. Hoop. Hoop. There it is. Salazar.
Oh God.
Can't believe I haven't used that before. Little honker is he's gone to the big top in the sky.
He
Dallin.
honked his last honk.
He honked the way he lived.
Let's see. I can get 100
Disgusting.
feet. So I'm gonna dash over there.
Wow.
Oh
Holy
wow,
cow.
we're getting that close?
Yep.
Okay.
Be ready.
Yeah, so that would
There
be
we
you
are.
as well. Yeah, I'm really,
Damn.
I'm just gonna howl. Oh, trying to get Big Honker's attention.
so cute.
I'm really glad I'm directly after you.
Ow.
So
Oh,
now I can do
Pomeranians
my
of the world
secret
unite.
animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuzzy. I got so much hair in my mouth.
Well, we certainly won the palm vote. All right, cool. Cracker.
Okay.
You-
So
you
now it's my
could-
chance.
Yeah, you could just jump off if you want to.
I'm gonna stay on and just in case we need to get the hell out of here.
You're gonna ride your
Um,
war Pomeranian into battle.
Yeah.
or run away with the war Pomeranian. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to speak with animals, and
Mm.
I am going to say
Can you
to
post
Big
it in
Honker.
the chat, por favor?
Yep.
Thank you.
Un momento. There. Oh no, I didn't do it. There.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of a good command because he's not holding anybody. Big Honker, you need to calm down.
Yeah. Oh,
and
by the way,
heal.
you should put the spell in your spells page, and then
Oh right. Okay, sorry. I think it might
post
be. Hold on.
post the spell description as well, just in case there's anything
Yes.
you need to be aware of.
Right. I'll do it right here.
That's okay. No problem.
Should show up. There we go.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Now it is limited by their intelligence, which we've already discussed.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, what are you trying to get him to do exactly?
I'm trying to convince him to stop rampaging, to calm down, and to this is hard, to do more of a submissive posture. Like, I don't know what the command would be, like behave, or like I don't know what they would have used before as a command because they weren't really riding him. Just trying
Sit.
to think here. Sit. Oh, I like sit. Sit's good.
Stay.
Sit and stay.
Close mouth. Drop.
Okay.
Ooh, calm emotions. That's good.
Well, this is for humanoids, but it is a level 2 spell. So
Yeah.
I just want to post that up there to give you a juxtaposition of what you're trying to achieve and what limits you might have with essentially a communication spell versus what calm
Right.
emotion is, which is essentially a type of a charm spell. Okay. And a
Right.
higher level one at that. Okay. So you give him the command to sit, do you?
I do.
Okay. And do you deliver it forcefully? Do you deliver it softly? I mean, there's the
Oh,
risk that if you
I'm
do
gonna
it too
deliver it.
softly, he might not hear you.
Right. It's going to be forceful because he's in a
Okay.
rampage. So just like a dog biting another dog,
Gotcha.
you're
Okay.
going to have to be loud. Yeah.
Perfect. So in this case, I think you should roll intimidation, which I believe half orcs are proficient in.
I have some skills. On other days.
Do you want my? You can have my inspiration.
That'd be fantastic.
All right.
Yeah, you can have my inspiration.
Generally, we give the inspiration before the roll, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
She did it too quick.
All right, Joe.
Okay, so sorry, when I get inspiration, does that mean I roll again?
Yeah. You should really be
okay.
rolling with advantage with inspiration.
Okay,
So-
I will put it on and I will.
No. You've already
Roll.
rolled one,
Oh.
so this is your second roll.
Okay, here's my
Fine.
second roll.
I hope you win. I
Oh,
hope
yeah!
you
Yeah!
Oh, awesome!
Yay, thank you.
He turns around. He sees the party. He looks at Cracker riding this rather angry, fuzzy-looking ball of fluff. And he swallows the remaining bits of clown dangling out of the side of his mouth. And then he suddenly drops to his haunches. And Lee just
And-
looks at all of you and goes, "What the?"
I'm gonna just turn to him and whisper, "We're good."
Right. So what is
We
Cracker
have
doing? besides
skills,
this?
dude.
Mad skills.
Mad skill.
Yeah.
Do I have a free action to yell to everybody to stop attacking?
Yeah. Okay. Like a simple command to
Yeah.
everybody else. Yeah. Instruction.
Yep. Just to shout,
Okay.
stop attacking.
Yep. Fair enough. Okay. Let's see if everybody listens to you though. What does Lee do?
Can I whisper to him to run toward the dinosaur? And
He
I'll
starts-
be
Good
right.
He starts
clarification.
turning around.
I'll
and
be
heading in the opposite
right
direction.
behind you. Be right
Okay.
behind you.
Whoa. You can roll persuasion, intimidation, whatever you want.
Oh, that's a. I'm gonna go for intimidation. I've got the boots on after all.
You do have boots on.
Ooh.
He starts to turn around, head in the wrong direction, and then you kind of presumably you stomp one of your feet or something, and he looks at you. He looks down at your stiletto, looks back up at you, and
He sees the
starts
look.
running. Yeah, he sees the
He sees the look. Don't you
and
dare!
yeah,
And
he
I'll
runs.
point in the direction I want him to run in.
Yeah, and he scurries off literally, and he dashes as well. He even takes the full dash action, so he does exactly what you wanted him to do.
Good boy. Oh, it's my turn. I'm going to follow him. Do exactly the same thing. Come up by the side of him. I did tell him I'd be right behind him.
Yeah,
So I can't.
You're
Trust.
quite. Cora was quite pleased with herself. Oh, that doesn't normally work. Okay, so now here's the key, right? How many people actually heard Cracker and or are not in battle frenzy or bloodlust themselves or out of fear and would actually listen to Cracker? Now, Big Honker does look like he sat down, so that is positive. So we'll give everybody who's rolling a advantage, essentially. But this should be. What do you guys think?
I think
What do you
they
guys
should
think?
all listen.
Simple as that.
That's what I love about you, Joe. You're so neutral and unbiased, and
And good, and lawful.
Balanced, fair, in real life. I think everybody can roll a charisma check. So
Okay.
it'll be all of these guys rolling charisma. So that's their own sense of willpower, right? Or you can make it an intelligence save or wisdom save. Yeah, let's make it a wisdom save. So these guys are going to roll wisdom saves. They're going to try to essentially beat a low DC because they need to be smart enough to understand that this is an opportunity to de-escalate a wild animal situation. So let's have each of you guys roll with advantage. So roll 2d20s. And we'll go around the corner and it'll be all 4 of the guys with armor, except for the lady. Okay, so one's going to stop. The other one's going to stop. Ooh, this guy's going to continue attacking. And this one will stop. Okay.
Which one's still attacking?
So you were rolling for these 2 guys on the walkways.
Yeah.
And these 2 guys, basically all the general minions. And then this one hasn't been dealt with yet. Okay.
Yeah, but you said one of the minions was still going to carry on.
Yes. So
Which
we're going
one?
around the horn. 1, 2. It looks like this guy back here is going to throw another javelin. Okay. And then what do we do about this one? Yeah, Henrietta, why don't you roll for this one?
Sure.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
And she immediately stops and puts down her. She puts her weapon away and backs away from Big Honker, who actually doesn't attack her either. So that's good. But this guy's going to throw a javelin. Joe, or actually it should be Maddie. Maddie, you roll the attack on Big Honker.
19.
No.
Whoops.
And Big Honker gets hit again.
Damn it.
And he jumps up, all PO'd again.
Blessed fucking guy.
Okay. It is Big Honker's turn. I think he's going to just 1, 3. Yeah, he can definitely reach. These are 15 feet up. So Big Honker is going to jump up. And he jumps up onto this area and he attacks this guy. Yvonne, do you want to roll for Big Honker?
Phew.
Okay. Let's see. And that'll be his attack, actually. He won't be able to do the same thing again. Okay. All right. Maddie.
I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but
You gotta
it
go?
is 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't sure I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to continue and finish it off. So we can stop here and pick up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All righty. I hope you guys had fun.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Always a good
super
time.
fun.
That's always.
I'm just glad we were able to, at least until now, we were able to do what we were accomplishing or trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're close. We're close.
We're close. We're almost there.
Almost there.
Nearly
And we-
everybody
and- Yeah, and nobody died who wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, folks. I will see you all in 2 weeks.
Okay. Should we
Apart
take
from
a
myself.
picture of the initiative?
Yes, whoever would like to do that may certainly do so.
Okay.
I know you don't normally like doing this, but will you use Cora to protect the party?
Oh, that's right. You're not going to be here the week after. Ooh, no. Yeah, I don't want to run that kind of thing because then it becomes about me running your character, and that's also a lot of work. Plus, if I do something that you don't like, I don't want to have that conversation. I will think about what we can do because Big Honker without Cora and this is kind of the thing I was talking to you about privately, Joe.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we did kind of leave in a slightly awkward position. Maddie, if you've got to go, that's fine. It's okay. I've got something I can use as a solution.
Okay.
Yeah, but Cora will be sort of not present for the resolution of this encounter.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I'll see some of you in 2 weeks, and I'll see Joe. Joe, I'll see you in 3, I suppose.
Yeah.
Wow.
I shall
long
miss
time.
you.
Bummer.
It is.
Yeah. Well, we'll
It's a
miss you.
bummer.
Well, happy birthday anyway.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. We should sing. We should sing.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, I'm a terrible
Birthday
singer.
to you. Happy birthday,
Birthday
Birthday
to
to you. Happy birthday,
Happy
dear Joe.
birthday, Joe.
The most, the least
Happy
organized.
birthday to you.
Happy
Woo!
birthday, Mr. President.
Well, she does have those stilettos. I'm just being careful.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, folks. Maddie's got to run. Great session. Really a lot of fun. Great choice on team name here. Hold my earrings. And we'll reconvene in a few weeks.
All right, sounds
Yes.
good.
Okay.
All
Take
right.
care.
See you
Bye, guys.
guys.
See ya.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.